Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Book Club Preview. I'm Michael, and today we're looking at The Maze Runner, Chapter 33. Now, this chapter is, it's just all about Thomas's first day running in the maze. And they leave out the west door. And they just start running and turning and moving. And Minho leads Thomas to Section 8, I believe, which is the next section out of the west gate. And then he says, over that way is where the third section is that we can get to. But they just start mapping out Section 8. And, they're just turning, nothing too important. But as they get to Section 8, something different starts to happen. As they turn down a path, Minho grabs a vine, cuts it, and he throws it on the path. And then they turn. And then when they turn again, Minho grabs another vine, cuts it, and throws it on the path. And this is how Minho keeps track, although he's probably keeping track in his brain, but keeps track of where he has gone and how he can get back. And Thomas says, "Oh, are you leaving breadcrumbs?" Much like the story from Hansel and Gretel. So Minho teaches him, how to throw vines on the ground, and he also tells him that he takes a note every fifth turn. Most of his turns he's memorizing, but every fifth turn he just takes a little note to remember for when he goes back to map out the maze differences. And, so he's just kind of teaching Thomas some tips and some tricks on how to navigate the maze and map it out. Well, after about 3 hours of running, they take a break. And they start drinking water and eating some snacks and stuff. And Thomas asks Minho, what happened that day with Albie? What happened with that griever? Minho shares how the griever just looked like it was dead. And then Albie kicked it with its foot and it woke up, kind of scared or startled, and it ended up grabbing Albie, but not because it was trying to attack him, but because it was just trying to get away, and Albie was in his way. So it woke up, it struck, stung, or poked Albie, and then it ran off. And Thomas is like, "Man, have you ever thought about following them?" And Minho's like, "Are you crazy? Why would you ever follow a griever?" And then Thomas keeps asking some other questions like, "Oh, why was it acting that way? What happened?" And Minho doesn't know anything. He's like, "Man, I don't know. Break time's over. Let's continue on." So they keep going. They keep doing the same thing. And it's time for break 2. Lunch break. They start eating their food and relaxing. And then Thomas notices the beetle blade. He's like, "Man, Minho, what's up with that beetle blade?" It's like, they're the spies. We don't really know. We've never been able to catch one. "Why does it have the word wicked on it?" We don't know. Maybe to scare us." Thomas is asking a lot of questions, but Minho's just like, "Man, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't know. Just focus on running the maze." And then Thomas sees a sign in the wall. He walks over to it and he looks at it and he's like, "Whoa." And it says something like "World in Catastrophe Experimental Zone" or something like that. And Thomas is like, "Man, what is that?" And Minho's like, "Man, I don't know. They're all over the place. I just ignore them now." And Thomas feels like there's something going on, some connection he's missing, and he's trying to think of it. But Minho's not giving him any ideas, and Minho's like, "Just ignore it." They clean up, and Minho starts going again. And Thomas really wants to ask some more questions, but he's like, I can't think about it. I gotta run, and I gotta focus on the maze. They keep running. It's time to go back home, so they turn around after they find the last dead end, and they run back towards the glade. And then Thomas is like, "Well, man, don't we have time to check out? And couldn't we do this?" And Minho's like, no, we can't. No, we just only have time to run the maze. We don't have time to hang out because we don't want to get stuck in here after dark. And then Thomas is just like, "Man, this sucks." They just run, make notes, and run back. It's just running. They're not experimenting. They're not exploring. It's just really routine. and Thomas feels like it really, really sucks. They get back, they eat dinner and stuff like that. He tries to talk with, well, Chuck tries to talk to Thomas, but he's just too drained, just like, He's not really talking to him much. He goes back to his favorite spot to try to fall asleep. And he's just like, oh, man. All that energy, all that excitement he had to go out into the maze and discover it, is all gone. And he's like, wow, this job really sucks. And he's not excited about it anymore. And just about ready to fall asleep when he hears that female voice. And it says something like, Tom, I just triggered the end. And he doesn't even remember it. But we have a hint that the next day things are going to get crazy. And that's when he remembers it. Vocabulary. Sheen. Sheen is like glow. Sometimes we say like a pregnant woman. A pregnant woman has a sheen. And that's partly because of her body chemistry changing, but her skin will actually glow a little bit. It'll have a little more oil that'll brighten her face. Could make her look younger and more radiant. But just sheen is like a glow. I can't remember what they're talking about in this case, but the sun was shining off the walls or something, and it was like glowing. Jitters. Jitters kind of like this. Oh man, I have to talk in front of people. I have to give a speech today in class. Jitters. That nervousness that causes you to shake. And Thomas is feeling a little bit like that because he's running and he's breathing pretty heavily. But he feels like, maybe this is just my nervous jitters. Relishing. Relishing is enjoying immensely. He's eating his apple. I'm so hungry. I'm so tired. Drinks that water. The water's so good. It's relishing the taste of everything. Don't know Jack. That means know nothing. Usually we say Jack, beep, which is poop. Jack, beep, the bad word. But you don't know Jack. We can just say you don't know anything. Glamour. Glamour is like this amazement or this excitement. And when Thomas goes back to the glade and he doesn't have time to experiment or explore, the glamour of the maze, of being a runner, kind of disappears completely. It just feels like, that's it. The magic of it, the mystery, the excitement, the glamour. Discussion question. Do you think there is a secret in the maze? Right? Thomas, he wants to look at the words and try to follow the grievers and see if there's like a door or something. Something that maybe there's some kind of secret. We don't know. Do you think there's some kind of secret in the maze that they're missing? And what do you think that secret is? Of course, please write your own discussion question. That's all the time that we have for today, but thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Book Club Preview. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, if you have any questions about the video today, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. If you had any other vocabulary words that you wanted to know what they meant, let me know. And also, if you're interested in maybe joining one of these book clubs, please leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.